I'd like to speak about this Public Works Committee report on the Wild Dog Creek Culvert Replacement Project. This project has been a long time in the coming, and it's greatly welcomed by not only myself but all the communities there, and specifically those in the farming sector. Since, along with other projects and bridges in the area on the Horrocks Highway between Wilmington and Gladstone, we've had issues with the structure and the gradings of several bridges and culverts which had been unattended for some years, and they're reducing the efficiency of the road trains and the loads being able to be transported, and required the grain industry in particular to not be able to utilise the larger vehicles to transport their goods, specifically, as I say, the grain producers having to take their products to Gladstone, having to use other alternative routes. And as the member has indicated, this required the other trucks to not use the best opportunities with road trains, etc., but to actually, if they have to use a road train, they had to do another 100 kilometres to get their goods to the Gladstone terminal. However, since becoming the member for Stewart, I've been lobbying the department to have these restrictions removed, and this is nearing completion, to allow heavier transports to be able to traverse the highway for those involved to have the best economic operations for their goods. The other bridges and the culverts in the area from Wilmington right through to Gladstone, to my information now, this will be the last one that needs to be done, and it will allow the farming community there to use road trains and the heavier vehicles. The current capacity of this culvert is 2A, which allows for 26.5 metre vehicles, and with these improvements, this culvert will become a 2B, which will allow 30 metre vehicles, which will then travel along between Wilmington and Gladstone. To my information, this culvert will be upgraded and further on to a 3A, which will allow 36.5 metre vehicles. However, there has to be extra works carried out in the near future. But however, we can now get once this has been done, we get 30 metre vehicles be able to traverse the area between Wilmington and Gladstone. This, as the member for Adelaide has also mentioned a minute ago, this culvert is located approximately 1.1 kilometres south of Murraytown, and the new structure will widen the road, enabling the access for vehicles up to the PBS scheme level 3A, which is mentioned to allow higher efficiency and reduced travelling times for those farmers and other organisations. These upgrades are all part of the upgrading of key arterial roads to allow for greater efficiency and improved reliability. It's been very frustrating because something that really frustrates me a bit is that, and other members in this community, in this House here have indicated, we've got lots of roads out there and we can't utilise all their best efficiency of transportation to get our goods there. And the higher the quality of the amount of capacity of your loads you can transport in one area, the reduced capacity, the cost factor for these particular farmers. So again, this is one of the issues that I've been fighting for since becoming the member for Stewart. It's good to see the minister refer it to the Public Works Committee, and I certainly commend it to the House, and hopefully for speedy, efficient replacement of that culvert, so allow for the community there to actually get on with the job. And let's hope in the new year we have a far better season for our grain opportunities in South Australia in particular, and regional South Australia. And I've spoken in this House before. It's very traumatic, very emotional talking to a lot of people out there in the farming community. They're struggling. The season hasn't been good. This is not the first season. There's been 2 or 3 in some locations, and I can only hope the next season is far better for them. And I do not only concerned the viability of the farmers themselves, but the health and well-being of their children, the younger kids and the families, but also sustainability of their small communities that rely on the farmers to spend their money. And that is being pretty evident out there in some of the areas in my area and Stewart and other locations across regional South Australia, because if the farmers and that sector don't have a good year, they don't spend money, so therefore it comes down into the regional community. So again, I thank the Public Works Committee, I thank the Minister for referring to the Public Works Committee and looking for a speedy construction of this culvert.